Salut les amis! Today we are looking at regular ER verbs in the present tense, which is why we have a picture of a present for the present tense. The regular present tense. Breathe a sigh of relief. Why? Because we are entering the straightforward world of regularity. Regular patterns that don't change. The square, nerdy verbs that always follow the rules. Whew! About time, hey? Regular ER verbs in the present tense. ER verbs make up over 90% of French verbs. Quite a bit. Huge. French verbs are all about endings, so you can learn the endings. If you're not that bothered about spelling, you can learn by sound, very much how you learnt your native language. So let's do that. First of all, let's tune our ears to the sound of the regular present tense with ER verbs. Very common verb, parler, which means to talk or to speak. In the present tense, we just take off the ending. To get the sound, the right sound, we just take off the ER because parler means to talk. So you cannot say I to talk, he to talk. We need to change it. We need to change the sound. All you have to do is take off the ending, the ER, and you're left with the right sound for all the conjugations except for nous and vous. Let's have a go. Let's take off the ER. You're left with parle. Je parle. Tu parles. Il, elle, on parle. Il and elle, as in they, parle. All those four sound the same, exactly the same. Parle in the present tense. For nous, we add on ONS for every single verb. So it's nous parlons. For vous, we add an EZ, and that's for the majority of verbs. So it's vous parlez. Easy, hey? Facile, c'est du gâteau, it's a piece of cake. To stop is arrêter. That circumflex accent meant there used to be another letter, usually an S. So it looks like arrest, to stop. So I stop, j'arrête. We're taking off the ER. You stop the sound on the T. Tu arrêtes. Il, elle, on arrête. Il, elle, as in they, arrête. They all sound exactly the same. Nous, add on ONS, nous arrêtons. Vous, add on EZ, vous arrêtez. To have or to eat lunch, there's a verb for this in French, as in to lunch, which is déjeuner, literally means to break the fast. We have the petit déjeuner, which is the little breakfast, and we have the déjeuner, lunch, another breaking of the fast. Take off the ER, you're left with the sound déjeune, with a nice clear N. Je déjeune, tu déjeunes, il, elle, on déjeune, they, il, elle, déjeunent. Nous déjeunons, vous déjeunez. To spend money, not to spend time because that's passé. To spend money is dépenser. Think of a cash dispenser. Dépenser. You can even make spend in those letters. Je dépense. Tu dépenses. Il, elle, on dépense. Il, elle, they dépensent. Nous dépensons. Vous dépensez. To guess is, think of divinity, deviner. Deviner. Je devine. Tu devines. Il, elle, on devine. Il, elle, as in they, devine. Nous devinons. Vous devinez. To have or to eat dinner. Again, you can say to dine in French, commonly used. Dîner. Je dîne. Tu dînes. Il, elle, on dîne. They, il, elle, dîne. Nous dînons. Vous dînez. To double, as in to double numbers, or to overtake, as in overtake cars, in French is doubler. Doubler. Je double. Tu doubles. Il, elle, on double. Il, elle, they double. Nous doublons, vous doublez. To kiss or to embrace, mostly to kiss, is embrasser, not to embarrass. Embrasser. J'embrasse. Tu embrasses. Il, elle, on embrasse. Il, elle, they embrasse. They all sound the same, except for nous. Nous embrassons. Vous embrassez. Now let's look at the endings. If you want to be able to write French, you need to know this. If not, just stick to the sound. Parler. Je parle. The ending for all regular ER verbs for je is I. Je parle. Tu. Sounds the same, but it's spelled ES. All conjugations for tu end in ES, except the imperative for ER verbs, but we'll come to that another time. Tu parles. Il, elle, on, the same as for je. Je parle. This is the same pattern for all regular ER verbs. Nous, you know it, parlons. Vous, parlez. Il, elle, parle. It sounds the same, but we have that silly silent ENT. Arrêtez. J'arrête, just an E. Tu arrêtes, ES. Il, elle, on arrête, just like the je. Nous arrêtons, vous arrêtez, ils, elles arrêtent. You have the silent ENT. Déjeuner, to have lunch. Je déjeune, just the E. Tu déjeunes, ES. Think of S for sociable because tu is informal, so you're being sociable, you're being relaxed. S for sociable, they all have S's on. Il, elle, on déjeune, just like the je. Nous déjeunons. Vous déjeunez, il, elle déjeune. Silent ENT. Your turn. Dépenser. Say it before me. Je. Dépense. Tu. Dépense. Il, elle, on. Dépense. Nous. Dépensons. Vous. Dépensez. Il, elle. Dépense. Deviner. To guess. Je devine. Tu devines. Il, elle, on devine. Nous devinons. Vous devinez. Il, elle devine. You cannot say je devinais. It means I to guess. Okay, you have to take the endings off. Dîner. Je dîne. Tu dînes. Il, elle, on dîne. Nous dînons. Vous dînez. Il, elle dîne. Doubler, to overtake, double. Je double. Tu doubles. Il, elle, on double. Nous doublons. Vous doublez. Il, elle double. Embrasser, mwah, mostly means kiss, but it can mean embrace and hug. J'embrasse. Tu embrasses. Il, elle, on embrasse. Nous embrassons. Vous embrassez. Ils, elles embrassent. What does je parle mean? It means 3 things in English. It means I talk. But it also means I'm talking. It also means I do talk. All those 3 ways is just je parle in French. Je parle. There's no ising, there's no aming, there's no doing. If you want to say that you're in the process of speaking or talking as we speak, excuse the pun, as in right now, in French, you use être en train de, which is a weird one, it's about the train. Être en train de. Because je parle can be used for the future. So if you want to express that you're doing it at this moment, you use être en train de. Une minute, je suis en train de parler au téléphone. What does that mean? Just a minute, I'm talking on the phone. All right, so we would say just, they just say une minute. Je suis en train de, I'm right now in the process of speaking on the phone. Just give me a minute. In English, we might say the word just to just say, I'm doing it right now. I'm just talking on the phone. So different languages express things in different ways. Être en train de plus your infinitive of any verb that you are doing right now. So you talk, you are talking, you do talk or speak using tu is tu parles. Who are you talking to? Using tu. À qui tu parles? Or you could say tu parles à qui? The first way is probably more common. What are you talking about? Still using tu. De quoi tu parles? Or tu parles de quoi? Usually the first one. A funny expression is tu parles, which is equivalent to yeah, right. Very sarcastic and quite common. He, she, one talks is talking, does talk or speak is il, elle, on parle. He speaks too much. Il parle trop. So adverbs describe actions of verbs and adjectives and adverbs, but here we're with a verb. It comes after the first verb. There's only one verb here, okay? It comes after parle. She speaks too fast. Elle parle trop vite. We speak a little English. On parle un peu d'anglais. So after quantities, you use de, like a litre of, a little of, a lot of, a kilo of. Un peu de. Is someone speaking to her about it? It's got lots of elements there. There's some picture clues. Someone, indirect object pronoun, donkey back end. Pause it, take your time. Quelqu'un lui en parle. Okay, about it, some of it, any of it, some of them, about them, of them is en. And of course, to her, to him, indirect object pronoun, lui. Everyone is talking about it. About it. En. Tout le monde en parle. No one speaks a word of English. Personne ne parle un mot d'anglais. Who speaks English here? Qui parle anglais ici? Qui parle anglais là? Using nous, we speak. Nous parlons. We're talking about the house I used to live in 5 years ago. Pause. Nous parlons de la maison où j'habitais il y a 5 ans. You could say dans laquelle j'habitais. I used to live in the imperfect. Using vous, you speak. Vous parlez. Do you speak Greek? Vous parlez grec? They speak. Il, elle parle. Silent ENT. Anyway, they speak English. We say anyway, they say de toute façon. Always. De toute façon, il, elle parle anglais. Anyway, they're talking to them about it later. De toute façon, il ou elle, leur, to them, indirect object pronoun, leur en parle plus tard or tout à l'heure. Let's revise those nerdy ER verbs in the present tense. Parler means to talk, to speak. Arrêter, to stop. Déjeuner, to have or eat lunch. Dépenser, to spend as in money, not time, that's passé. Deviner, divine the future, to guess. Dîner, to have or eat dinner. Doubler, to double or to overtake. Embrasser, to kiss or embrace. Your turn. How do you say to talk or to speak? Parler, to stop. Arrêter, to have, eat lunch. Déjeuner, to spend as in spend money. Dépenser, to guess. Deviner, to have, eat dinner. Dîner, to double, overtake. Doubler, and finally to kiss, embrace. Embrasser. And there you have it. That is how you form the present tense. Now all we have to do is learn a lot of ER verbs. Merci. À la prochaine fois.